Hi everyone, me and Luigi are back. Hi, hi, hi. Um, he's in a very, I think he just woke up, very bubbly mood, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, settling down. Um, the angels wanted me to speak about food and how we use food in our life, whether we, how we use food to deal with our problems, just to forgive the fluidity again, just listening in. Sometimes we either eat too much or we restrict our food intake, or sometimes maybe we're eating the right amount of food and wholesome food that's in its raw organic form. And the angels want me to speak about how we can misuse food in our daily lives as a way of covering up the pain inside. So one of the ways is this represents a lot of people, where people get up very early in the morning, maybe having gone to sleep quite late after a full day's work, all their different responsibilities, and then kind of, collapsing into bed in a mini coma and getting up in the morning and then doing it all over again. And the angels, and then going through the day and having a cup of coffee to pick oneself up to be able to do more work, and maybe have a sugary bar, or have a sandwich, or just keep reaching for different things throughout the day to be able to get through the day. And the angels talk about how it's so important to get on top of one's day and not to feel run by the day and run by life. And how, people will talk about how they have no time for this, but really it's so essential to be able to do this that one can't afford not to make the time for it, because the quality of one's life will improve, and maybe the direction of your life will improve, and where you thought there was no way out, or you didn't have time for this in your busy life, and where you felt that life wasn't working out the way you dreamed or the way you had planned, taking time out to meditate and to ask God and the angels for clarity and for help will enable you to be able to step back from this race and this frantic pace that we can't keep up with, to be able to tune in and to listen and to invite help, and before you go to bed at night to invite dreams and information, to be able to wake up with insights. The dream world is a huge portal and access to be able to get information and clarity on what's going on inside ourselves. Sometimes we even get prophetic information, but this is all lost to us sometimes when we wake up in the morning and we just fall out of bed and we grab a cup of coffee to keep going. And the angels are asking us to be mindful. Keep a journal, pad of paper next to your bed, and when you wake up, just give yourself a minute or two to, awaken. Just think about this 24 brand new hours before you, and that, one of my teachers once mentioned to me that some people think of yourself as lucky that you woke up this morning, you still have time to change your karma and to do good things. And because some people didn't wake up that morning, their time is finished, they've had to give their bodies back. And to think about how lucky we are and how precious time is, and that we're only here for a short time, to be able to decrease our karma and help people. So time is very important. So the angels suggest taking, whether it's 5 minutes or you have more time, half an hour, to be able to sit down and meditate every day. And in that meditation, some people wonder, well, what should I do? And the angels suggest either you can listen to music and focus on the breath at the same time, or just listen to the music while you're breathing, in a way that creates space from your mind and your thoughts. Or you could listen to the sounds outside, or you could just focus on the breath. And the angels are speaking about how when we do that, when we become in tune with ourselves and we become aware of what's going on with our lives, and we can feel we can get more on top of it and get space from the things that we don't like, and we can get in touch with the pain inside, then the angel said we are less likely to misuse food as a way of covering up the pain, or using food to be able to get the energy to do the things that we don't want to do. And food is very important in terms of eating the right amount for our bodies, not eating too much, and not restricting ourselves, because an undernourished body can't fulfill its life purpose, can't think in a way that's creative. We all come in with a mission purpose to do in this life, and it's different for everybody. And if our brains and our bodies are not nourished, we're not going to have the energy and the fuel to fulfill our soul purpose. And if we're overnourished, then we're going to be in a kind of a drunken, dreamlike stupor. We're not going to have the awakened, alert, mindful energy that comes from eating nourishing, pure foods in the right proportion. So both extremes of under-eating, we won't be able to fulfill our missions, we won't have the energy, and our brains won't be working for the clarity. And if we overeat and we're eating processed foods, we're going to be in a dreamlike state where we will not be awakened to be able to hear the guidance or hear the angels or recall our visions or be awake enough to remember what our dreams are. And so mindful eating is very important. And the angels also talk about, animals, and, to be aware about what we're eating and to try to eat mindfully and cruelty-free for the people that create the food as well as the animals that are involved. So organic is very important, and animals and the environment and the food that we eat are not separate from us. It's not something that we just eat and go about our business. The angels are saying how what we eat becomes us. That, I've had this experience where whenever I eat dairy, I become so sad, just really, really sad, in an I can't explain it kind of way, where there's no reason for it. And I had these different experiments, and when I go off dairy, and this is the non-organic dairy, when I go off dairy, and this is not to say anything negative about the dairy industry, this is just a personal experience for me, I found that I'm not sad anymore, and that sadness goes. So maybe there's a link. The angels are saying that we are not separate from the animals and the environment, and whatever we eat and whatever we're consuming, we then take on those feelings, we take on those consciousness. And we might think that's very far out, but whether we think it's far out or not, it might just be happening. The angels say it is happening. So sometimes we go through the day and we feel different feelings and we eat different foods, and we don't know really what's impacting us or why are our moods going up and down. And the angels are saying there is a very, very strong link between the food we're consuming and our up and down mood swings and the level of peace we have, because our natural state is to be peaceful. And when our diets are pure and organic and healthy, then we have peace and we have stability and we have clarity.